But so can be calculating.
Okay, I'm just going to get order quickly, then I'm back. Sorry, guys. Do you want one here?
Yes, please. Yes, please. Hello, everyone. How are we doing? We're good. It's very tense here today.
Big game.
It is a big game, yeah. I can feel it as well in the room. Where Jalango? But they qualify you,
Yeah.
yeah.
We apologize on their behalf.
Sorry.
It's you, I asked you on the order. Hi. Okay, good afternoon, guys. Welcome to our Captain's Media Conference. We've got Assistant Coach Mzwandile Stick and Captain Siya Kolisi. They're just going to start off with a quick comment in isiXhosa, and then we can get into the media conference.
Umdlalo omkhulu kakhulu England odlala kwabo siyazi ba liqela elinzima kakhulu siyazi ba bebe unlucky the past two results zabo because of balose igame last minute salama imidlalo bebedlala ne-All Blacks ne-Australia and siyazi ba kunzima kakhulu odlala nabo kwabo apha eTwickenham and yazi noba into bazawujonga kumdlalo wethu we-semi-final World Cup basebenzisela umdlalo as reference ngendlela abaselecte ngayo team yabo xa ujonga bafana njengoStewart phangasemva ababuyele etimini yabo so izokuba umdlalo onzima kakhulu but kodwa ke siyayazi nathi sizilungiselele siliqala lamabhokobhoko and sithi make sure ba sizoperforma sikwazi udlalela nabalandeli bethu eSouth Africa. Do you want to translate now? Can you translate for us?
Okay, questions, guys?
Yeah.
Siya, after England's back-to-back defeats, everyone is calling them a desperate team. Does that make them more dangerous?
100%. I mean, we've been there too. We know what it's like, and that's when we've been able to turn up. I think we did it against. We lost in Australia. I think 2 games in a row, and we had to play the All Blacks. We lost against Australia and then lost again, and then we went to go against the All Blacks, and we played them the second game. Those things sometimes can pull a team together. So we're sitting here, we're knowing what England is gonna bring, and they're at home and playing at Twickenham is very special for opposition teams and for them as well. Obviously, it's huge. The crowd will get behind them. So, and also our record here, is one that we also want to rectify. We've got a lot to play for, and we've got a lot to fix from last week. We won last week, but you could see the players weren't happy with the way we play because we play our standard as the most important. Of course, we want to win, but we've got so much that we want to rectify, and this is a very important game for us as a group.
Can I ask you to talk about the defeats, but what have you actually made of what you've seen of England to play?
From my side as a coach, because I've analyzed, I go a lot deeper into how they perform, and losing in the last minutes of the game doesn't make you a bad team, and these guys, they've been playing very well. That's why I said earlier on, they've been just unlucky. They're at the end, where the other teams also, they've managed to, to get lucky in the game. Once again, if you look at, go back last year, when they played in the quarterfinals of the World Cup, they struggled to get into the semi-finals. Their performance in the quarterfinals was not clinical, and all of a sudden, everyone thought that they don't stand a chance to win a game against us in the semi-finals. And you saw we had to come up with different plans to win the game. They put us very well under pressure in that game. Caught a lot of people by surprise, and that's why we as a coaching staff, I don't think, yes, there's a lot to take from those games. But one thing I know for sure, when you talk about desperation, people think desperation is a negative word. Desperation means that there will be more motivation from their side also to win the game because of they want to turn the results. We've been there, like Siya touched now. We know how it is to be in the changing room where you've lost 3 to 4 games, and you can't ask for any better team than the world champions, That was us in 2018. We wanted to win against the All Blacks because we knew that people back at home will give us a chance once you beat the All Blacks, and we've managed to achieve that in Wellington. It's the same position now. We understand very well how desperate they are in that changing room, and once again they've got quality players that can do the job. Getting back Stuart into the team, I think that's a clear message that, listen, we're going to come, we're going to play test match rugby, we're going to be physical, there's going to be a strong kicking game. So yeah, we've got a lot of respect for them. And once again, I'm still saying this, if we're not at our best tomorrow, England has got a good chance also to win the game, more especially in front of their crowd. That's one thing that was nice last week when we played in Edinburgh. The crowd there, they're very good people. They're not really on top of your head. When you play at Twickenham, you know that 85,000 people in the stand, they are behind their team. They're also part of the game. So we can't afford to not to be at our best. So they are a very quality side. They've just been unlucky in the past 2 games at the end.
Siya, your team's made 12 changes to the starting side. Just a week. Just with a few days between games. What does that say about South Africa at the moment?
When first Coach Rassie came in 2018, he came and he told us his plan, and his plan with his coaching staff, Coach Stick and everyone, and there were 3 pillars, and the first one was winning, transformation, and squad depth, and that's what we've been wanting to do since 2018. And sometimes plans change. We plan to play a certain team, and then the team doesn't do well, and he has to do all those kind of changes. This year, Volkolo have become the 50th player to play in the Springbok jersey this year alone, and that's what he's trying to do. While we're building squad depth, because sometimes things happen, injuries happen. You want to make sure you have so many players, in your pool that you can pull anyone. And if someone is hurt or someone is unavailable, that you don't stress. That guys have gotten the opportunity, especially this year. A lot of the younger guys are playing big games against Australia and New Zealand, in the rugby championship, and that's what you want. And that's what we're working on as a group. And it's tough because the players want to play. We all want to play every single game, but the team is the most important. We know what the coaching staff is trying to do. Everybody buys in. If you don't make the team when you find out your name is not in the team, you sulk for a couple of minutes, but then you become the best you can to help the next guy to be good.
Thank you.
Stephen?
Siya, Coach, Steve mentioned, about how the size of the crowd here and how it imposes itself, but in the same breath, has it been an eye-opener to you to see the sort of power of the Springbok brand, so to speak, and the way South Africans come out and support you?
Yeah, honestly, Stephen, it's been, I don't know. I haven't, I don't know, it's just growing, and wherever we go, South Africans just amaze us. They go everywhere, like last week in Scotland, everywhere you go in Edinburgh, every single coffee shop, there's just South Africans everywhere, and people are coming from all over the world to come and watch us. There's a couple of people who came from America now. It's honestly, for us as a group, the only way we can say thank you is by our efforts in the field, and that's why we always make sure that we don't worry about the scoreboard, but the people that are doing everything they can to come and support us and show the support and watch wherever they can in televisions at home, and people opening malls up in late hours of the time that people that can't afford. We can't go there and not give our best each and every. We can't always promise a win, but giving our best effort is the only way we can say thank you. So the people of South Africa, without them, honestly, wouldn't be here, and they keep us accountable at times. They hurt when we hurt, sometimes a little bit more than us, by the way they show, in the media, and we know that. We take that with us. I mean, that's not pressure to us. That's an amazing place to be in, a place of responsibility. I always believe when a team has a purpose, when a team is playing for something bigger, it's always going to continue, especially when times get dark. And now the South African people, they really give us that kind of motivation, and they give us a purpose that we need to keep on going each and every single time.
And Siya, just on that, have you noticed a big change over the last few years with the kind of support you're getting from South African people?
Yeah, it's grown. And there's been a lot more people coming to watch rugby. There's been a whole lot more people of color watching rugby as well. With the kind of team that we have, very diverse team that represent a lot of people, not just in the race, but also in backgrounds too. It's been really special, and there's been a lot of people who just started watching rugby because they've been inspired by some of the stories of the people in our country. And now our women's team is doing the same thing as well. You know, they're growing. You know, they're playing well, and a whole lot more girls are starting to see the kind of work that they're doing, and that's exactly what you want. Not only in the male rugby side, but also in the women's rugby side. It's got to grow, and the more it grows in the women's rugby side, the better it is for everyone. Then rugby grows, because rugby is a big sport in the countries that it's played in. But if you look at it in the bigger scheme of things, rugby is such a small sport, and the more the women's game grows as well, and the more we can get to places that rugby doesn't get into, the better it is for the sport.
Louis?
So yeah, just given the opposition, obviously the England rivalry has been quite a spicy